Each student was assigned to a group of 3 to 4 people. In our TOK class, we have been learning about human sciences and the difficulties involved in conducting experiments that try to prove theories involving these sciences. As a group, we created a survey to test the difficulties in creating a survey. This means that we are making an experiment about the overall accuracy of the experiments related to human sciences. Socially, people tend to follow patterns and specific behavior when answering certain types of questions. We were assigned strategies, and they are included in our survey. Overall, the survey went just as we expected it to, with some minor fluctuations in the results in comparison to the hypotheses. For example, on the strategy, there is a difference between what people say they would do and what they would actually do was tested. The results point to the idea that what people say they would do is actually what they end up doing. This leads to the knowledge issue: to what extent can questions be manipulated to obtain different answers? The main way of knowing that we extracted from this experiment is language. Specifically, we worked to the stereotype of the typical high school student. We surveyed them and expected a result. Nothing about students as being unique and different from each other. With language, we are able to place labels and mark students as guinea pigs, and we perform experiments on them by using language carefully to manipulate our results. The question that throws off the experiment is, if you see trash lying around our campus, would you pick it up and throw it away? The answer, according to our hypothesis, should have been yes, but 90% of the students surveyed answered no. This means that they, in fact, would act according to what they say they would. We could further manipulate this question in order to create the results we were looking for, but this bias is a problem every scientist must face. If we do not like the results, we shouldn't try to manipulate the question further, because this provides less accuracy towards the experiment. Most of the questions we put on the survey are designed to make everyone taking it feel like they are being addressed personally. They appeal and familiarize with the people being surveyed. I know how people will answer the questions because I have asked or have heard others ask these same questions to students before we were even introduced to this topic. It is common knowledge among students that people are not always honest, and will always jump on the bandwagon. This is why it's easy for me to relate to these questions myself. For example, there was a question on the survey about Macs versus PCs. Mac is a bandwagon here because everybody has them, and PCs are a lot cheaper. When I bought one, it's true that I did it in part because everybody had them, and they seem reliable and work efficient. Nevertheless, it's easy to think that if everybody had PCs, then I would have gotten a PC too. It's very simple, but we realize how society follows certain patterns when it comes to behavior.